Hello viewers, Dr.J.Jeeva Priya, Assistant Professor of Commerce, the Standard Fireworks Rajaratnam College for Women, Sivagasi. In this video lesson, I am just going to cover micro environment in business. This topic is actually comes under business environment course. Before going to the topic, so the objective of this video is to make yourself clear about micro environment with a practical example of clothing store. Before going to the topic, we should know what is actually the business environment. The fact is, whatever is influencing the business to do some operations or some decision making process, that will be called as business environment. Such factors may be internal factor or external factor. Internal factor, that is actually directly influence the business, that is within the control of the company. We can do something to make ourselves comfortable, and the external source or the external factors may be beyond the control of the company, that is because of the supplier, customer, political actions, social environment, the business practices may be differ and it may not be supposed to control by the company. And now let us move on to the topic micro environment. Just we have seen some factors like internal and the external. If those factors directly influence the company, that will be called as micro environment. So here we should have a clear and closely associated with the business actions. See, these are the topics which these are the factors which directly influence the business practices like customer, supplier, employees and public, intermediaries. All these persons may directly influence the company practices. Let us see one by one with a practical example. The first concept is customer. Actually, the customer is the primary focus of the business. So, the business concern should directly know the actual needs of the customer. Why? Because why should know the needs of the customer? Because they are the root cause for the success of the business. So, a company or the business directly should try to understand their demographic profile, their taste, their preference, trend, whatever they need to have. So, in our practical example, clothing store, the youngsters may prefer trendy fashions. So, all the customers, so all the business should understand the real taste and their preference, what is actually keep on changing in the trend. The next concept is supplier. Here the supplier may directly influence the activities which are to be done or the production process or the cost of raw materials, reliability, availability, everything which depends upon the supplier's action. So, a company should have good relationship with the customer. Why should have the good relationship? Then only they can supply the goods on time with good quality as per the requirement. And the next concept is competitors. This is actually the important task to be analyzed by the company about the competitors. Actually the tedious job, but they have to do, there is no other go. Analyzing the competitor strategies, their strength, weakness, everything to be monitored by the company as and when. Just to sustain in the market successfully, we have to do this. So, in our practical example, the clothing store should monitor what the offers are available in the competitors concern. So, offering prices, price coupons, promotional activities which attracts the customers, that should be monitored, and accordingly the concern or the business has to do their practices or the strategies to sustain in the market successfully. So, the brand image should be created. And the next topic is intermediary. Intermediary, who is the intermediary? The person who is acting in between the company, the business or the customers and the customer. Who is the intermediary? It is actually the person who acts intermediary or the in between the business and the customer. So, those person may be the distributor or the retailer or the wholesaler. So, this person should be the right person who should deliver the product on time to the customer without damage. That's more important. And the next concept is public. Creating good image in the minds of public is more important. So, public opinion, perception and the attitude towards the business will create a good image or the brand image in the public. So, that should be monitored as and when. Opinion towards the company can be created in the minds of the public as good image. We should satisfy the public with good relationship and should create a good image in the minds of the public by serving customer service on time and voluntarily, as well as charitable trust can be run by the company to create a good image in the minds of the public. So, reputation is more important. And the last topic is internal stakeholders. These persons are the real asset to the concern, because the internal stakeholder are nothing but the persons who are working within the organization, employees, management and shareholders. The overall performance of the organization is really in the hands of these persons. In our practical example, motivated and well trained employee can easily contribute the excellent service at all the time efficiently. For instance, a clothing store may invest in staff training to improve the brand images among the public with customer interaction. And finally, let's conclude ourselves. Here, hope you know what is the business, what is actually the microenvironment. A microenvironment is nothing but the factors which directly or closely and immediately influence the business actions towards the new startup or to make the decisions immediately in the business in a successful way. Hope you understand this topic. Thank you and signing off.